what we want to do, or what I would like to do, is address two issues here. The first is the lawsuit. I want you to know that this lawsuit, even though the 32 militia members that were out on the street that day are named in that lawsuit, some of us individually, some of us through the groups that were there, we are determined to win this lawsuit. We are determined to win this lawsuit because it has to do with everybody's constitutional rights. It removes us from the equation when your constitutional rights are going to be violated, because that's what's going to happen with this lawsuit. They've made it very clear that this is not just about us and limiting us from forming to protect your community again. It's not just about us. What they want to do is that they want to take this and they want it to become case law so they can now have it as an example for the rest of the country. What does that sound like to you? Some of you have said you were statists. We call them tyrants. To us, that's tyranny. Once you begin to lose your freedoms and your constitutional rights go away, we have a statist country. We have a tyrannical country, and for that reason, the Second Amendment is not only for self-defense. The Second Amendment is not only for self-defense. A couple of you said earlier, do some research. Do some research. Read the Federalist Papers. Understand what that Second Amendment really is in place for. It's truly in place for to defend the citizenry, fellow Americans, against a tyrannical government. That's what it's in place for. So, we're going to fight this lawsuit. We're going to fight it for everybody. We're going to fight it for everybody across this country because, as a constitutional militia, that is our job. Now, we can't talk about any of the specifics of the case, but I have to point something out to you. In the pre-op, or the pre-event planning for every event that we've been to, the New York Light Foot Militia has been in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, Boston, Massachusetts, Albany, New York, Syracuse, New York. Every single one of those events, plus other events, the pre-planning for those events, plus the way we manage ourselves at those events, have always kept those events peaceful. Our track record was stellar. There was something different about the pre-planning for Charlottesville. There was something that concerned me about the pre-planning for Charlottesville. And those pre-planning irregularities will come out in court. And I can guarantee you that embarrassment is in order. So, yes, we're here to tell you about the lawsuit and what our intent is. But I have to say this also. Talking with Tanisha this whole time, since I was able to connect with her, was very important for me as an individual, as a human being, as a fellow American, and it brought me closer to what was going on here in the community. I have to apologize to the community that's here. We're sorry we could not do more for you. All of us, when we drove away, there was very, very little conversation in the cars and in the caravan of cars that left this area. We were horrified when we heard that there was a state of emergency declared. And then we were horrified when we heard about the monster that mowed down the people here in Charlotte. Horrified. We apologize to you for for not being able to do more.
You don't owe us an apology.
No,
Yes, we do.
it wasn't your fault. It was our fault because
No.
if y'all had did more, it could have been a whole lot more deaths.
Well, I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, so
I
don't
do
feel
appreciate you
bad.
saying
We thank you for coming. I didn't know who y'all were either. I'm like, who is who? Wasn't that
You
there
know-
fighting? I saw it on TV. That was damn bad.
I guess that's the other thing I need to apologize, and you guys made it very clear to us. We need to let you get, a community that we come into, let that community know why we're there. And
Yeah.
okay, a gag order just kicked in. All I can say about that part of it is that it will come out in court.
Yeah.
Okay, it'll come out in court, and you will see what we did in the pre-event planning. Okay, in the pre-event planning.
Because we didn't have nobody here to protect us. That bothers me, right? Nobody will tell us why.
Yep.
Tell us to wait till the end of the year, they might have a report. They know why they didn't help us. I mean, I wasn't down that mall, but people that I knew. And the clergy people had met at my church. Those cops did not stick up for us. And I mean, I've watched every video out there. I mean, my son even sent me stuff. He lives in Ohio. I ain't seen them helping nobody. And that bothers me.
Yep.
So, I got to protect myself.
Absolutely.
I don't trust them to come help me.
So there's just one more thing I want to address. We were all down in D.C. At the Moore rally, which was a pro-Trump rally. I know some of you aren't Trumpers, and that's fine. That's your right, okay? But we were asked to come down and provide security, and that was our function. So we came down to provide security. Ms. Hudson,
Yeah.
BLM was there. Guess who we protected? Antifa was there. Guess who we protected? So we gave Antifa and BLM the opportunity to voice their opinion at a rally that could have been opposed to them. Well, I got to tell you that the freedom-loving Americans that were there actually welcomed the conversation with them. If you haven't seen that video where BLM came up on the stage and spoke, Hawk Newsom is an amazing leader, and that kind of leadership is what we need. That kind of leadership is what we need. The Antifa connections that came from that event, and the conversation that still continues is very, very important. So to answer Tanisha's question, yes, we would. Okay, if they showed up to be violent, we would have to posture ourselves a little different. But we did protect them down there because we knew it was their constitutional right. So, I want to thank you guys for coming out tonight, this afternoon, to give us the opportunity to talk to you. Tanisha, the food was amazing. Let's thank Tanisha for that. And for all of you guys that are out there seeing this stuff on live stream, that don't want to take what we're saying for face value, I encourage you not to be a low information, opinionated person. Do the research. Do the research. You'll find that the New York Light Foot, the Pennsylvania Light Foot has done a tremendous amount of effort and also a tremendous amount of dialogue through the news so that you can truly understand who we are.